Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. The Can-Am Connection is back. Nathan is back. And as usual, Chocolate Thunder is back.
Yep, I'm here, folks, and what do you want to start with first before the obvious?
So
You
I
tell
got
me.
some cool stuff.
Okay.
So a little about let's say a week ago now, Billy Ortegas, the head of the TAL, reached out to me and said, "Hey, what do you think about going to the CrossFit Games?" For those that don't know, the CrossFit Games have moved from Madison and stuff like that, and they're in Fort Worth this year.
Yeah.
Well, one of the sponsors of the CrossFit Games, Blender Bottle, reached out to Billy and asked if he had people that would like to come to the CrossFit Games, set up in their booth, and arm wrestle people at the CrossFit Games. So Billy's down in San Antonio. He reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, I want somebody I can trust there. I want you to find two other people you can trust." And my first two choices, obviously, were Danny and Anthony, because I know they're not going to try to just go there and hurt people. So Saturday, the 10th, myself, Anthony Lowe, and Danny Gillian will be at the this year it's Go Ruck, the Grow Up CrossFit Games, and we will be arm wrestling people at the Blender Bottle booth.
Nice.
So it's a good. I like it because it gets to introduce the sport we love to another sport that is massive in the world. Right? It's global. CrossFit is every country. It's you can't go anywhere without seeing a CrossFit gym. So
Right.
if it gets to bring it to somebody else, why not? Right?
It is interesting that they're bringing it because it's kind of coming back to CrossFit, isn't it? Because Travis was involved with CrossFit years ago.
Yep.
So, not sure
But
what
it's
happened.
but he's never been at the CrossFit Games, is what I'm saying. Like this is at the pinnacle. This
Right.
is where
I remember seeing Travis being at one.
He was commentating.
Yeah, but there was one where he was there. I think once the arm wrestling was done, he left. That was it was two matches that day. It was Cobra Rose versus Jeff Hale and Michael Todd versus Dave Chafee.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. We're going to be there for 2 to 3 hours, arm wrestling anybody that wants to come step up to the table. So
Nice.
it's going to be a good time. Looking forward to it. Like I said, and Blender Bottle's a massive company, and the fact that they're wanting to have arm wrestlers partake and be at their booth is great for everybody, in my opinion. So,
Right.
What else do you guys want to cover before we get into the massive amount of matches happening this weekend?
I think one particular match might take over the whole goddamn show. Oh, sorry, I meant darn show.
and I said it in the chat to you guys yesterday. That match didn't. That match has zero effect on me purchasing the pay per view or not. So,
Yes, but as a casual, can you see the value in it?
100%, absolutely.
So it might move the needle a little bit for those that were on the fence or don't know who most of these guys are. If you're not a hardcore, if your only exposure to arm wrestling is that you know who Devin Laird is, of course it's going to maybe influence your purchasing of this pay-per-view.
I 100% couldn't agree more.
Well, let's start with that match because it's not on the list because it only got booked yesterday.
Right names right now.
It stemmed from a conversation on Engen's channel, and I think Engen was just as surprised as many. But I don't know, man. This is a weird one because Chance is not limited to weight, but Devin is
105, right?
Yes, he's got to be 231. Yes, Jody.
So riddle me this: how is that? And let's just play devil's advocate. I think we all will play devil's advocate when it comes to this particular match. Is it a bad matchup? On paper, no. But when you see the logistics of it, why does one have to cut weight but the other one doesn't?
That has zero. To me, that has zero meaning whatsoever. Because I look at people like John, who used to pull the open weight category, weighing 90 kilos, 95 kilos, and still beating guys that were 120, 130.
Yeah, well, and that was John's walk around weight, and he wasn't really bulking up. Whereas this one, it's kind of like, okay, because wasn't he cut down to 253?
Well, he's got to go a lot further than that now.
I
Well,
think
yeah,
he said he was 241 or something like that.
It's forcing Devin to do a weight cut before the match, which should give Chance a very, very small advantage. But on the flip side of it, they booked the match less than a week ahead of the actual event.
What?
So
5 days?
Yeah, 5 days. I mean,
that was my argument, Nathan. Just like, why do you have to cut weight? Just come as you are.
Well, I think it stems from their conversation where Devin said that he could not train for a year or not eat for a week and still beat Chance.
Well, the thing that I don't like about it, I like that it's happening. I think it's a great opportunity for Chance. But if you need a depleted Devin to win the match, it doesn't. A win is cheapened and a loss is made worse.
Yeah. I can see that
from Chance's perspective. But regardless, it's
going to put eyes on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Too. Like you said, like I said too, like I would like to see, I know we're not privy to that information, but the pay-per-view buys as of before that match was announced to the pay-per-view buys after that match was announced.
Yes. Now, that being said, we're all still arm wrestlers, which means we're usually late to purchase these things.
Yeah.
So how do you quantify between what would have happened and what is now going to happen? Because most of us haven't bought the pay-per-view yet, and we will do that probably the night before, that kind of thing. Like, I don't understand why I would be in a rush to do that. I'll just buy it the day before, that kind of thing. And it doesn't, like, Devin being on there doesn't impact my purchasing it. I would have anyway. And as usual, I will watch it later on when I can, speed through some of the downtime stuff.
Yeah, I've stopped watching the press conferences. Like, in all honesty,
it's too much, man.
They don't. Time. Yeah, I got a life. I'm a dad. Got that responsibility, so I'm trying to. I love watching the pay-per-views. Like, even if every match goes 3-0 or 4-0 or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna watch it and enjoy it. So.
Well, it's because we're all fans. So let's put, when you look at it as a fan, and that's my thing. I think sometimes some of the opinions I have about certain things, people think that, I'm a hater. I don't like the sport. No, I love the sport, and this is why we do these shows, because we all have opinions. And when we have opinions, it doesn't mean we necessarily don't like the sport or don't like the person. It's one of those things. I think I had to say that because I know sometimes some people take what we say on our show out of context and it comes off,
Oh, 100%, Jimmy.
So okay, let's talk about, let's predict this match.
Okay. We'll do that as the first one. So I got everybody lined up here.
Perfect.
I'll pick all Americans.
You're going all Americans? Well, that's not very exciting. There's a few matches that don't have any Americans. So
isn't that like 95% Americans on this match?
And there's some you got to pick, like Corey West versus Travis. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, I know who I'm picking.
Well, don't go there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet. That's for a while. We got a lot of matches.
Well, let's get this, because we're like what?
I'm going with.
I feel like they have to. I was going to say something. I feel like they have to run the Devin Chance match first, just in my opinion, because they're both commentating. They're both running the event. So you either have to run them first or last, right? So.
Yeah, well, if you run them last, they'll just be shit talking each other the whole pay-per-view, and you won't focus on their job.
Yeah, I think it's probably first. What do you guys think?
Probably.
I don't remember the order, but remember the challenge.
I have the order.
I have the order as well. Yeah, I got the same document.
Is that with the Devin Chance match?
No, that match hasn't been put on there. That's why I was asking. Do you guys think it's going to be like a first match so they can run the event and do their commentary, or because they're running Ray and Ryan Ballinger right off? It was supposed to be Ray and Ballinger, so Ray could do his job too. So.
I would say yes, but I noticed during the Challenger Series in Florida, when Derek Smith pulled Travis, their match was somewhat in the middle.
Well, I mean,
because does anybody know if Neil's coming in for this one? announcing
Wow.
and commentating.
He better when you got Johnny Walker showing up. And Dave Patton. You better.
Hey, and Jerry Janning. Let's not forget. Let's
Yeah.
not leave out the man.
Isn't what's his name coming in too? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Ex-professional wrestler.
Who, Scott Norton?
Scott Norton, yeah, thank you.
I believe so. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you got a number of people here that could do the commentary, but I'm gonna say that Devin wins this one.
Okay.
I'm going with Devin. I think Chance might get 1 or 2 pins on him. Maybe.
I mean, it's hard to everybody looks at like their last practice together, and Chance was just handling Devin easily. But
yeah,
it's hard. You can never go by that stuff, and like we all know that.
No, you can't.
Question: if you're going to use that to make a match, how come Cataract and Chance ain't pulled yet?
Jody, who wins?
Oh, Devin wins.
Okay.
I thought you were taking All-Americans.
Yeah, he's Canadian. You already went against it.
Hey, you know what? Let's see what makes up for that. So we got a few American versus American matches.
I think we're all in consensus agreement that Devin wins that match.
Hey, Tim. What is Tim around? No? Okay.
Tim, he'd take. Are you sure? He might take Chance.
Yeah. Tim might take Chance.
Just to be different.
You know what? I think Devin.
Well, Tim can't make predictions. Tim's reffing.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Devin will be super aggressive in the setup, and Chance will be worn out before match 1 even starts. That's my prediction.
Do you think Devin plays after round 1? Is my question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he just completely holds him center and does his thing, then he just kind of goes wherever.
He's kind of got that aggressive verbiage this time around. The kind where it's like
he's pissed off.
Like he's pissed, yeah.
Yeah, pissed off Devin's a dangerous Devin, so.
Yeah. And, man, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Agree.
All right, next one. Coach Ray versus Ryan. You said Ballinger?
Yeah, Ryan Bull Ballinger. He trains with Warzinski and Chad Silvers and Hunter Knopf and all those guys.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Carolina Carnage.
What are you doing there, Jody?
I see, it's kind of hard to go against those South Carolina guys.
So are you taking Ryan?
I'm taking Coach Ray. Oh, I know you would, Nathan, because he's Latvian.
Yeah, I don't bet against the Latvian. Like, you can't make me do it.
This is like there's a lot of Latvians on this card.
If I don't pick a Latvian, I'm getting my Latvian friendship card pulled. So
yeah, you're forced to make that. Okay. I'm gonna go South Carolina. Let's go.
I will tell you why I'm picking Ray in this match, though. And it's not just because he's Latvian. And the reason I'm picking him is obviously I've seen Ray pull, I've seen Ryan pull. I think Ray has multiple lanes in which he can go in this match. I think Ryan only has one good lane, I should say.
That's fair. Coach Ray has a lot of different options.
And he's training with, Raymond Antonovich, Tom Zarozitz, Giannis Amelins. Kristaps.
His training team is second to none. Don't get me wrong, but there's always that upset waiting to happen somewhere on this card.
Go ahead, Jody. Sorry.
I see 2 upsets on this card, maybe 3, and this is one of them.
I also look at caliber of opponent between the two, right? Like Ryan Ballinger hasn't had near the opponent level that Ray has. Tom Holland, when they had that absolute war at Arm Wars. Ray's pulled some incredible arm wrestlers, so he definitely has the advantage in that area and experience for sure.
Yeah. What do we got next?
Americ Pradines and Jonathan Brito.
All right. I already know who I'm picking. It's a left arm match. We have a left arm
left.
specialist here from North America. I'll take Brita. And he's looking jacked.
Breeder's looking huge right now. I've been chatting with him. He looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, but Americans no joke, man. I think if Americans stay outside, he's got a chance. But if that match goes inside, poof. So it's a long day. I'm going Brita as well.
Yep.
Okay, let's blast through some of these because there's a lot of them.
Alexandra versus Elizabeth Ramos. So you have Alex Top Roll's wife versus.
Man. Yeah.
Now this, I can see this match going two ways, right? I can see the match going. If the match stays out of the strap, I think Elizabeth wins the match. If the match goes to the strap, I see Alexandra winning the match. Because Alexandra is a nasty top roller in the strap.
Well, the issue is that it will probably go to the strap at some point. And once it goes once, it will go again.
I talked to Elizabeth because she showed up at the qualifier in Fort Worth, and I was actually talking to her for like hours, and we were kind of going over some stuff about what her plan was and stuff. And the way she explained it to me, I don't know how many times this match will go into a strap.
I mean, you have somebody that's she's gonna have. I don't know that Elizabeth can top roll with her, if I'm being honest.
No, she won't.
So if her plan is to go in there and hook her, then she has to. I mean, that's a oof. Who's going to get their spot? Essentially,
that style always favors a top roller.
It's more than a hook. The way she was showing me, it was kind of. I ain't trying to give away secrets or anything, but the way she explained it to me and the way she showed me, I was like, that's pretty nasty, pretty lethal. So. I mean,
I know Alexandra was just over in Turkey training with Ingen and them, and his Nisa. So,
my head says one thing, my heart says another.
Mine too. Like I'm convicted because like I live in Texas currently, so I feel like if I don't pick somebody from Texas, I'm gonna be 86.
Be in trouble.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna cave? What if Elizabeth was against a Latvian? What would you do?
Pick a Latvian.
I'm going. I think she worked hard. I think her mental state, she has something to prove.
She looks like absolutely fantastic as far as being in shape.
Could the match? Sorry, Greg. Sorry, Ryan.
Well, I don't know who I'm going to pick yet. I'll go third on this one. Nathan, who are you taking?
I was wondering, do you think we could see the same type of match we saw with Elizabeth and Catalina?
Maybe.
Well, here's the thing, though. You don't think Elizabeth hasn't forgotten that and realized that, okay, that's going to not happen to me anymore. So that's why
I'm not saying she hasn't. I'm just saying like that's kind of where I'm leading to. I can see it being a very similar match.
Well,
I'm still taking
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Come on, Nathan, spit it out, man.
I don't know.
This is your opportunity to get a lead on us.
I'm about to flip. You know what? I was going to pick Elizabeth, but I'm going to pick Alexandra just to be different to try to get a lead.
Okay. Who's next?
Hunter Knopf and Doug Ehrlich.
Oh, I know who I'm picking. We're going with Hunter. Let's go. I heard the trash talk. This is one of the matches I'm intrigued with because I think Hunter, he proved himself, did some damage at the Challenger Series. And you know what? I'm liking what I saw. He did good in that round robin. He's just been on a skyrocket, and hopefully Doug is all healthy and not injured. But the thing about Doug is that it seems like, and this is no shame on him, but it seems like he comes around here and there.
Well, the thing I don't understand, and this is taking nothing away from Hunter or Doug, but Doug was set to pull Mindy,
What happened?
right? He said he wanted Hunter off. So now, now we have Mindy and Artem, which we'll come to, but like I don't understand. Like, you go from pulling a pure top roller, which is what Mindy is, to a guy that's pretty much pure inside.
Well, shuffling the deck. Who are you taking?
I'm going to take Hunter just from the sheer fact that watching his last match with Bishop left-handed, he did pin Bishop left-handed. I know that's left and they're pulling on right, but
tell you what, this is where I get a lead on you guys because I'm taking Doug.
No.
All right. Now it's getting juicy.
Now we're getting into something here.
So here's the one where you have to pick your American, Jody.
What's that now?
Here's the one where you have to.
Travis.
Yep.
Oh, I'm picking Corey. Let's go. Corey. Look at that. Bam. Corey West. Let's go.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to look like an idiot for saying this, but I'll go with Travis. You know, because I know what Travis is capable of. I just don't know if he's capable of it at the moment. And I don't know where Corey's at right now, because Corey, it's been a while for Corey too, right? High-level super match competition.
I mean, I just saw Corey a few weeks ago, and Corey looked really good.
Yep.
So what are you saying?
I'm taking Corey. I just think I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be like, oh, Derek Smith's bad, but I can't put much stock in the match between Derek Smith.
I don't know. That one doesn't even enter my mind.
And, I look at the level of competition that Corey's pulled left-handed as of late, so I'm taking Corey.
Yeah. Now, should I assume that Vrej and Paul Talbot is a left-handed match?
It is 100% a left-handed match.
Okay, I'm going with Vrej. Go ahead.
Vrej is one of those guys where he probably should have been on a card like this a long time ago. I don't know why it took this long, but nonetheless, he's on the card. If I'm Paul Talbot, that's a tall mountain to climb, because Vrej, and this is why I'm picking Vrej, has this lock out here, and he will just stay there. And he grips so low. Like, have you noticed the gap between his index finger and his thumb when he hooks people?
Well, I mean, Vrej did just take a very bad loss left-handed in a super match not long ago in California to a kid. Both hands.
Fueled. That's fueling him.
And I think I could see Paul Talbot pulling Vrej the same exact way and coming out with the win on Vrej. So I'm taking Paul Talbot.
Jody, who'd you go with? You went with Vrej?
I went with Vrej.
All right. Now, that's an interesting one. Here's one where I am truly on the fence.
Me too.
Wait, who did you pick, Ryan?
I picked Vrej right off the bat. Didn't even think about it.
He didn't even think about it.
No. This one, though, I don't know. For me, it's coin toss. Lars Rebarkin versus Matt Mask.
Me too.
Lars, I don't know, man.
He didn't look good against Michael.
Yeah, Michael pulled him differently than Matt's going to pull him, though, like drastically. 100%. Like Matt's going to do his top roll, and can Lars stop it? I just don't think Lars is at the level of these guys at the moment.
I mean, and Matt's coming off a loss too, so he's got to be motivated.
Who did Matt just pull?
He got beat by Brad Grundy.
Okay, and now Brad's retired.
Yeah, I mean, Brad pulled him the right way, though. Brad, let him try to do that dragging open. Brad stayed high and just rolled over the top in the strap.
And then Matt beat somebody left-handed.
Yes. Guy out of Florida or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Wilton Brock.
Yeah, that was shocking to me.
That was shocking to me.
So I think Matt's style might feed into what Lars wants to do, where Michael's style didn't. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, because you have Michael who can press and top roll, whereas Matt is very one dimensional with that top roll unless he gets his wrist cracked and then he block presses.
I mean, we've seen Matt press before. The only problem is that, that's their secondary move, but his secondary move is Lars's number one move. And so I don't think that's a good thing for Matt. But the way Matt, his style goes right into what he wants to do. So it's almost like when you pull Jerry Cataract, you top roll, Jerry's like, go right ahead. I got you. So, you know, I'm basing it on that. I think it'll be close, but I think once you get that shoulder engaged, and he's going to want the match to happen right here in this portion of the hand instead of up there. If he can jam up in there and make Matt work, I think he can have a bite on him and potentially win this match.
So who are you picking?
Lars.
Nathan?
I'm kind of in agreement with Jody here. I think if a match stops and Lars has his shoulder engaged, I think he can burn out Matt's back.
I don't think he's there. I'm taking Matt.
You're taking Matt?
Yeah.
I'll take Lars. I think he's got something to prove too after his loss to Michael. Same way as Matt has something to prove after his match with Grundy. So I could see this being an absolute screamer, but I think Lars comes out on top.
Well, I mean, having something to prove and the time to take to develop that thing you need to prove it.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think Lars has had enough time. And it's not the same style at all.
No.
Not even close.
No.
So.
But I look at the way Lars did meta, but he beat him with the top roll too. I mean, we got to think Lars does have that top roll if need be. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. All right, man. Your boy.
Oh yeah. Giannis Amelins versus Justin Bishop. It's not even a question what I'm taking.
It's the rematch of the UAL match, isn't it?
They've faced twice before right-handed, and Giannis has came out on top both times right-handed. They faced in WAL and UAL.
What was the last time Justin pulled?
Mendigus. No, sorry. He pulled Mindy, lost to Mindy, then pulled Tom's Rositz and lost to Tom's. And then he pulled the round robin left-handed, took second to Eli. Then he just pulled that tournament left-handed and lost out to Hunter. I mean, that is left. It's not right, but
right.
I mean, I'm taking Giannis. I just think Giannis, from talking to Giannis, because I talk to Giannis every day and knowing how he's feeling and stuff like that, I think Giannis is there.
I'm sorry. I still want to see Giannis and Mercedes, but that's another thing.
Oh, Giannis and Mindy? Yeah.
Yes, I still want to see that match. I will go just for this. Where we at? 28 minutes in. All right, just for shits and giggles, I'll take Justin.
All right. Well, I'm taking Giannis. I just think Justin has too much inactivity. Next.
Frank Lamparelli and Dave Chafee.
Now, this is an interesting one for me.
How is Dave's health? We always got to say that, right?
I don't think we know.
Well, and then Frank, I mean, he did okay against Michael Todd, but he beat Matt. I don't know, man. I think I'm going to take I can't bet against Dave Chafee. I'm taking Dave Chafee.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's a big horsepower difference between Lars and Dave in this one.
Yeah, I mean, Frank's going to dominate the hand, but Dave is just, even if Dave's at 90%, he'll win the match.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm leaning towards Dave. I think at some point Dave will lose his hand, and I think Dave will have to come back with like a flop. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't think we can put too much into Dave's last match with Vitaly because Vitaly just looked superhuman in that match, and then we saw what he just did the last East vs. West. So
yeah.
But I'm still taking Dave.
Yeah. And you know what they're saying in the chat that it's not a given that he cracks his hand either, Frank. So I mean, in the strap, I think Dave probably keeps it pretty well.
Oh, I think this match will 100% every round will be in the strap.
Yes, Chafee, let's do it.
You taking Dave as well?
Yes.
All right. Now we have Mendigas Tarasatis and Artem Ternenko on the right.
Terasitis.
Yeah, I was.
Nothing against Artem, but yeah.
Artem will, to his credit, take anywhere, anytime, anyone.
So. I'm looking what Minda just did to Corey Miller. I mean, at Arm Wars. Oh my goodness.
And if there's no weight limit, I mean, Artem could come in really big, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I know how strong Corey is right now, and I just think Mindy's so good in that one lane that.
And he's smart. That's the thing. Table IQ is amazing.
Mm-hmm. So are we all taking Minda on this one?
Yep.
Sounds like it.
Now we got an interesting one, I think. Tom Holland and Craig Tullier.
Oh, man.
Can Tom Holland stop Craig's hit?
Craig... Tom's not a slow guy.
No, but I'm just saying, Tom, if he stops the hit and turns it in like this, it's going to be a war. But then can Craig keep his elbow on the table?
Yeah. Well, you got to remember there, those little bobbles are not calling.
Yeah.
Unless it's, egregious.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll start it off here, and I'll say I'm going to take Tom. This is going to be a really grueling match, though.
I can see that for sure. And for me, it's not if Tom can stop the hit. I think Tom can stop the hit number 1. It's can he stop hit number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Because just Craig's going to keep cracking and cracking and cracking.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Craig.
Yeah. I just think if the match goes long, it doesn't favor Craig. If he gets over it quick, it favors him the entire time.
Oh, we got a chat that says Craig and maybe easy.
Okay. I mean, Tom's looking strong as can be right now, so I don't know how easy it's going to be.
Okay.
Jody, you taking Craig too?
Sure.
Man, I'm either going to get smashed or just destroy you guys.
Here's one that I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion on.
Camille versus Michael.
Yeah, and Michael's what? I think he posted a video the other day of him at 291.
I don't know why he's doing this. There was a reason he decided to go down and wait. I don't know, man. I don't think the King's move is gonna Michael will need his King's move in this match. Do not get anything twisted here. That King's move needs to come into play early for him to win this match. And he's going against a guy that has arguably Cataret-like horsepower.
Or better. We don't know.
Could be better. Could be better.
What I was going to say. We're going to find out if Camille is a better flop presser than Jerry in this match, because we've seen Jerry and Michael multiple times, and Michael's always came out the victor in the long run.
Yeah. After weird strap failures and
9-minute
controversies
matches
and all kinds of the matches that do permanent damage to people.
The way they press is similar yet different, right? To me, it always seems like Camille is can get so tight in here, whereas Jerry's usually a little more out here,
That's why with Camille, his press is here, Jerry's is up here, because it's that way. Where if you're like that, there's no way someone's going to climb your fingers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Remember the last match that Michael and Jerry had? Remember that round 1 that they had where Jerry was able to get that flop press while Michael was trying to shoot outside?
Yep.
I could definitely see a round, if not 2 rounds, looking exactly like that in favor of Camille.
But see, that's the thing, though. Are you talking about the WL match between Michael and Jerry?
Yes.
Where nobody had their shoulders straightened? That's the problem. If you're like this, your shoulders are not straight. Straighten that shoulder, you don't get as much, in like this.
Yeah, but I think the difference.
What's that?
I think the difference in that, though, is I think Camille is significantly faster at getting from a straight shoulder position to behind than Jerry is.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because normally Camille's just go. Jerry's like, I'm going to catch you, then get my shoulder, then I go.
I don't know on this one. Every time I pick against Michael, he wins.
I know who I'm picking.
Well, do tell.
I want to hear it.
You're taking Michael. Obviously. He had to go get that hat.
That's what he did. I honestly don't know. I mean, this could easily be match of the night, in my opinion.
Well, you got to pick one.
I don't see the match being short.
Oh, well, no. If it is short, it's because Camille pressed right through him. And I don't see that happening. It may be the first time.
Yeah, Michael looks extremely strong right now in all of his training videos and stuff like that. It's just, I'm going to continue the trend. I'm going to pick against Michael, and he's going to win is what's going to happen. I'm going to take Camille just because, like I said, there's no disrespect to Mike, but every time I pick against him, he wins. So I feel if I switch the trend now and he loses, I'm jinxing him. So,
man, I feel like if Michael wins, it derails Camille.
Oh, 100%.
And I just don't think that the future king will be derailed.
You think you're taking Camille as well? I mean, Camille kind of got derailed on the left arm by Vitaly.
Nah, man, there's too much controversy around that match. You redo that match and have some other refs in there, and all Camille's winning that match.
Are you taking Camille?
It's a coin toss, man. I hope these guys take this shit personally. But man, I gotta go with Camille.
Like I said, I can't pick Michael because every time I pick against him, he wins. So I'm hoping that trend continues. Like I'm pulling for Michael in this match. I would love to see Michael win this match because I think it's huge for him, especially moving back up to Super. So I would definitely like to see him win. So that's why I'm picking against him because it seems like he wins.
If Michael loses, he's got the option of going back down. If he wins, he's going to continue to seek super heavyweight matches, and Camille kind of,
Peter's off.
Back to the drawing board.
I got a quick question before we go on about this. If Michael wins, do you think he's searching for I'm going to go get Vitaly. I'm going to go ahead and work his way up to Levon.
He still says he wants Levon. Yeah. I mean, he's never stopped saying he doesn't want to pull Levon. So I think that's still the ultimate. I think anybody that pulls an open weight category, I think even Devin, even though he says he doesn't want to pull him again, he's already done it twice. I think ultimately he would like another crack at it.
Well, here's the thing. If Michael has if Camille presses through Michael's King's move, the Levon talk needs to stop.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I mean, there's still whispers of, hey, Jerry still wants Levon, and it's like, okay, let's take care of the people in front of you first.
Yeah, I mean, he does not have an easy match this weekend.
Okay, we have a comment here. It says, am I the only one who doesn't think Mike's pronation lift will not help him against Camille? Double negative. Okay, I meant that it will not help him. No, because I don't see Michael trying to top roll or pronate in any way, shape, or form. So that's what I don't get with some training methods when guys are not going to do a certain move. Why do they give a shit what are they doing on camera in order to improve this move? I understand being strong, but if you are never going to utilize that in a high level competition, should it be the focus?
He's going to be in this position. Let's not sugarcoat it. Like, he's going to be in that King's move position. So that lift has some carryover. And by that, I mean, The pronation aspect of it has zero carryover because Camille is going to give up his hand and Michael is going to control
Right.
the pronation. So, in my opinion, the lift for if you're looking at specific purposes should be done through the hand, not over the thumb directly through the hand. So you're working that brack even more,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I feel like that would be a better lift, or even through the wrist, so you're able to keep that wrist cupped in while in that open position and climb and climb and climb.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Well, all our opinions are in. Hey, Jody,
What?
I thought you were saying something.
Yeah.
No, I told you I was picking.
Yeah,
I think I offended Jody just now.
I think so too.
No, I'm just like, I thought we were going to the next match. So.
Let's go to the next match. Babaya versus Paul Lynn.
I'll start. I'm picking Rustum, and for several reasons. If you look at the way the match was the first time they pulled, Rustum was up 2-0 very comfortably before he tore his pec. Okay. Fast forward a few months, Rustum pulls why can't I draw a blank? Levon's training partner. The one that's the champ right now at 95 kilos, just killed Prudnik. Irakli, thank you. Rustum gave Irakli hell, and Irakli won 3-2. Irakli just went through Paul Lynn like butter, like a hot knife through butter.
Are you based it off of that? Because I know styles make matches, and you know.
Okay, but think about that. Paul Lynn was never able to get Irakli in this position. Rustum got Irakli in that position, and when he did, he beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Lynn was in this position every time. So that tells me that Rustum's hand is better than Paul's. And I'm basing it off their first match. And you can't tell me that Rustum hasn't gotten better since that match. I'm not saying Paul hasn't gotten better since that match either.
Right.
But I think honestly, I think Rustum wins this 3-0. I think he's just coming in super motivated after his last loss to Paul, which arguably he didn't lose. I mean, he lost the match, but he didn't lose the match, in my opinion. So,
well, it was an injury situation, so it wasn't like it was like a loss by default in a way.
Yes.
So
I'm taking Rustum because I think Rustum's trying to get that match with Irakli back.
I'm picking Captain America based on this. If you're a true competitor, right, and the last time they pulled, what happened? Paul won because the injury, right? Not his injury, but Rustum's injury. I think being the competitor that he is, in the back of his mind, he's like, you know what? I want to leave no doubt and make sure I won, not because of a casualty, but because I actually pinned the guy. I think that's where Paul's mind is. So I'm picking Paul in based on that.
Like I'm basing it off like their match and then the Irakli match too.
I don't know, man. I just think Paul has like found something else. He's found another gear here, and I'm going to go with Paul.
Ooh, this is a fun one. Leonidas Arcona. And
you got a different order than me.
No, these were just released. Yeah, Ingen released this one.
Okay, you're going. I have Todd Hutchings and Prudnik ahead of them, but.
Oh yeah, you're right. So I'm bad. Todd and Prudnik.
Okay.
My apologies.
Prudnik and Hutchings.
And if you base it off their last meeting,
I know what Jody's going to say.
What am I going to say?
Hutchings.
You're going to say Hutchings.
You know it.
Oh, you got the fireworks. What's going on?
I mean,
we're going Godzilla, baby.
I mean, it's hard to base this match to me off both of their matches with Irakli, right? Especially considering we've seen these two pull before, like at the same weight too. So, has Hutchings got Evgeny figured out in that lane? Because Evgeny's a lot faster than he is.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Prudnik, man.
So am I. I just think styles make matches. I think Prudnik can take Todd out of his spot like he did last time.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad matchup. I think Irakli's a great matchup for Todd. I think Prudnick's a bad matchup for him.
Well, I'm picking Todd. Let's go.
He said he's
Now
picking
we're-
every American. Yeah, except
Yeah.
he picked a Canadian.
Yeah.
Now we got Leonidas and Brzezinski.
Yeah. I mean, what did we learn about Leonidas? He can beat Schoolboy.
Think.
Can
Oh, go ahead.
Schoolboy beat John Brzezinski?
Don't think so, no.
I don't think so.
I think John's hand is going to dominate this match because Schoolboy does not have the hand John does, and I think John's going to make a statement in this match. I think he's going to just hook the shit out of Leonidas and just destroy him.
And if John gets in a position where he's not comfortable, he'll switch it up.
Yep.
It's John Brzezinski all day on this one. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how it's going to go and why. Guess what I'm picking? You'll be surprised.
You're picking Leonidas?
Leonidas?
No.
Well, then why would
Why are we going to be surprised then? We all picked John.
It's the way it's going to go down.
Okay.
Would I be crazy if I said John's going to win 3-0?
No, I think that's very
Not at
easy.
all.
I think he wins at 3-0.
Tell you why. John will not go into a hook with him until he's up 2-0. Then he'll go into it.
Oh, yeah, I could definitely see that.
Remember
That's
at
fair,
the King of Table when he pulled Vovoda? He went to mixer. He captured the 4 wins. Then it's like, hey, let's go into a hook. And it was like, okay, that's not going to work. So the only way John goes into a hook, so I know you say he's going to make a statement. The only way that happens is if John's up 2-0, then he'll try it. But I think John's table savvy and his smarts is going to be too much for Mr. Leo. So I'm saying John 3-0.
The reason I think John makes it, the reason I said I think John makes the statement, I think this might have pissed John off a little bit. And I say that because, like, they're thinking this guy that's only been in arm wrestling for a couple of years, that's this big, jacked up bodybuilder, is on the same level as John. And I think John's going to be like, no, I'm going to show you.
Doesn't all of us think that way when some new kid on the block just comes in there and thinking he's fucking the best thing since an egg white omelet, and then it's like, all right, man, I'm about to shut the noise down.
I mean, especially against John Brzezinski. I mean,
Well, we all thought that Leonidas would lose to Schoolboy, I think.
yeah.
But you know what? This is different. This is different.
This is the GOAT.
Yeah. We got one more match to talk about.
Yes, we do. And we already know who Jody's picking. Do we need me to ask him?
What does this mean? I want to country? No? Okay. I thought it did something. Maybe not. Oh, well.
Put both thumbs up and you get fireworks, though.
That's
Wow.
Put both thumbs down. What happens?
It goes
Oh, it rains. It storms. Oh, my goodness.
Jerry and Alex. We know who Jody's picking. Jerry Cataret, right, Jody?
You see the fireworks.
Okay.
You think Jerry, huh?
I think it's one of those things where you just said with John, he has something to prove. I think Jerry's in that same situation. His last match was against Hermes, and it's like we haven't seen Jerry since then. I think Jerry's excited now because finally he doesn't have to travel across the pond for a match. They're coming to his mainland, and he hasn't been seen since. And so he's motivated, really motivated, and I think he does something. It ain't gonna be easy, but I think he'll get the win.
Kurt Etch is going to top roll the shit out of him all the way through.
I think it looks eerily similar to the Hermes Gasparini match. I think he goes whoop. 3 straight rounds.
3 straight, huh?
Wow.
I just think that everybody has Jerry's press figured out.
He's been top rolling lately, but you can't top roll a top roller. So
Who's been top rolling?
Jerry.
That is not a top roll.
No.
Don't you insult a top roll that way.
Hey,
How dare you?
Next, you're going to tell me that Jerry's big on the pronation lift.
Yeah.
His list consists of bench pressing and more bench pressing.
And some narrow grip bench pressing.
Yeah. And some tricep pushdowns.
Maybe some reverse grip bench pressing.
Yep.
I just think Camille's, like I said, I think if you look at the press to press, I think Camille's press aesthetically is better than Jerry's.
Here's
Just
the comment of the day,
Uh-oh.
in my opinion.
The mythical, yeah.
The mythical 100% Jerry.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been quite some time since we've heard about the 100% Jerry.
he had the last one, but he had pneumonia, lost his passport, almost missed his flight. And then he pulled Georgie, and Georgie lost. And I mean, Georgie top rolled him.
Yeah, Georgie. But here's the thing: Georgie should have won that match, and he just fucked up because if I'm Georgie, I would have beat the hell out of everybody in my corner because he had that match, and
he just simply could not transition.
Gennady
It was not like it was right there.
Yeah, Gennady top rolled the crap out of him in 2 rounds.
Yeah, Alex is just too big, too strong, and I think he is probably the guy we're talking about going against Levon at some point.
Yeah, I think the 2 main people looking to pull Levon right now are Vitaly and Alex.
Yeah. Jody's on the move.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
No, I just got my power trim back on.
Who did you take, Nathan? You're taking Alex?
I am taking Alex. I think Alex wins 3-0.
And we got one thing to talk about, some news in the arm wrestling world, is we saw that there was an announcement that Yoshi Kanai
I saw that. Yes. I thought he had a neck issue that stopped him from pulling.
Well, Engen has somehow managed to get him out of retirement.
I love it. I like seeing Yoshi.
That's cool because, again, when you start bringing the legends, it kind of bridges the gap. So all these youngsters who are going to make the trip down there and see the event in person, sometimes I think you need to pay homage to some of the people who paved the way for you youngsters.
Well, I don't think Yoshi's going to be at this one. He's going to be at the next one.
He'll be at the one in Turkey, and he'll be looking for an opponent.
I saw Don Underwood said he wants to pull him.
That would be interesting because I was there for their match in person when they pulled. I don't think Yoshi takes that match. When Don and him pulled on the terrace of the MGM Grand at Arm Sin City.
Oh, when Yoshi got hurt, yeah.
One match. Don flash pinned him and tore Yoshi's bicep.
Yep.
It's on YouTube, people. Look it up under Arm Wars Archives.
What about, did you notice who the eyes are for the next East vs. West in Turkey?
Who the what are?
So it's not showing exactly who they are. It just shows like this part of their face. Have you managed to make out who those 2 people are?
No.
One is Alijan, and the other is Ivan Matyushenko.
Ooh, ouch.
So could we be seeing a 115-kilo match between Alijan and Matyushenko?
You know what? That's one of those matches. Left hand?
It's all, of course.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I don't even know.
I mean, because Matyushenko looked great in his last left-handed match. So even though he lost, he still looked strong as could be.
Yeah, that's one of those matches where I don't even know because, I don't know. I just don't know.
Who would be, going back to Yoshi, who would be a good opponent for Yoshi, though, is the question. Coming back in, because he's going to be obviously pulling the supers.
Could pull left-handed.
Could.
Well, do we know what hand he's pulling in first and foremost?
No clue.
If it's a left-handed match, I know a good opponent for him.
Oh, yeah? Is he from Canada?
Might be.
Might be. Isn't your match coming up here soon?
September 7th. We're about a month away. Well, we're a month away, yeah.
No,
How you feel, man? How you feel about your match?
I feel good. You know, Meta's over there doing bench press and
trying to bench press the world, huh?
Keep bench pressing the world, buddy. Keep bench pressing the world, even though he's a top roller.
What, is he trying to say that he's gonna, press
He's
you?
going to press you? I was going to say, he's going to hook you
Well,
and press you?
I've competed against lots of 600-pound benchers in my career. Finding out it doesn't necessarily translate.
Even John Brzezinski had mentioned one of his videos that he once got up to a 400-pound bench press, but he felt it didn't have any kind of
Carryover?
Yeah, he said he did. Now, like I said, but see, here's the thing, though. That's true to a certain degree, but it's not like John. His bread and butter is a press. Where if you're,
I mean, I see Machuchenko doing heavy bench press, and he's a pure hook puller. So, I mean, you're working the pec, and in a deep hook like Machuchenko does, you're very it's predominantly internal rotation, which does have, pec activation.
Yeah.
It's a stretch. If you're doing a regular bench press, your arm is also elevated. If you're I don't know, more like this movement would be.
Yeah, an internal rotation movement like on a pec deck, like a single arm pec deck.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely carryover in certain pulling styles. I mean, but do I think if you're a pure top roller that bench press is the right thing for you? Probably not.
Mm.
I mean,
it all
I do
depends
bench.
puller, like what Jerry does, it works for him because he's not worried about pronating lifts and all that kind of stuff. He's like, this is my bread and butter. I'm sure Jablonski, bread and butter.
I don't ever see Camille doing bench. Have you guys seen Camille doing a lot of heavy bench?
No.
Because they don't post it, don't mean they're not doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I said I haven't seen it. I mean, I see a lot of him doing a lot of.
Well, he's doing lots of pulleys like that, but I mean, the guy is built thick enough that he's got to be doing something.
I mean, I know he's not as tall as Jerry, I don't think, right? But I think he's
taller
wider
than Jerry.
Is he?
Yeah, he's taller than Jerry.
I feel like he's wider than Jerry too.
Yeah,
like shoulders. And the same with Alex. Alex is going to make Jerry, in my opinion, Alex is going to make Jerry look tiny, and it's hard to make Jerry look tiny.
Alex is giant. Yeah.
I mean, the only person that never looked tiny is Vitaly next to him or Morozov. I mean, he even made Morozov look small.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when is your event, Ryan? Is it September 7th?
September 7th, Global Elite.
Is RVJ still pulling out Alan Ford in that card?
Yep.
That one still.
I don't want to open it. I'm just.
That one still puzzles me a little bit. That match does.
Yeah. Well, not me. I mean, there's a history there. They've pulled before.
No, I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to RVJ coming out and saying, I'm done, or whatever he was done with, and now magically he has a match.
So here's my soapbox. I know we got I don't know how much time Ryan has, but here's the thing, man. Okay? Here's the soapbox. There'll be 58 fucking minutes to get to it, but here we go. So, again, matches we'll never get to see that we want to see. There's one right now. RVJ, Ryan Bowen. It'll never happen for whatever reason. Fine, whatever. And, I don't know if why RVJ, because RVJ was getting matches, but for some reason it just wasn't, that just didn't suit him for whatever reason. I'm still really wanting to see that Jerome Loud match versus RVJ and why he didn't take it. But yeah, he'll take this match with Alan Ford. It puzzles me.
I think arguably Ryan Bowen got a much harder match with Andrei Sharkovich, in my opinion.
Oh,
I don't
doubt.
Yeah, that's a tough match. But I mean, it seems like the only one that's preventing the RVJ Ryan Bowen match is RVJ.
Right. What the fuck are we doing?
I mean, they talk so much shit to each other for how many years now?
They even collaborated on a podcast
until
Ryan didn't make it one week.
And RVJ got pissed.
Yeah.
And went on his rant.
So what happens now? I mean, if RVJ happens to win, then is he like, oh, I'm back now or what?
I mean, there's a lot of what ifs coming up in a lot of matches. That's the crazy part.
It seems, well, I mean, I like RVJ, like I do. just seems like he's hard to make a match with.
And
Maybe
it
it's too
seems like
much.
This.
Hey,
You have to go through all these channels and stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's just arm wrestling. Calm down.
yeah, it
Relax.
seems like he's the one making it hard to get a match with him, not the other way, not the other way around.
No, I agree.
I'd like to see them have that match and finally put it to rest. The problem is, the longer he waits, the closer Bowen gets to being able to beat him.
I want to see Chanshaw and Jerry Cataract. We'll never see it though. We'll never see Derek Smith and Chanshaw. We'll never see Chanshaw and Corey West. We'll never see it. That's just the way it is.
I have a legit question though.
For who?
Speaking, both of you.
Okay.
If Jerry comes out and gets, let's say, ran over by Alex, Jerry's got to stop talking about Levon. He's got to stop talking about a lot of matches because where does he go?
I hope.
Question. And here, something. Has anybody thought about this? How long is East? What is this East versus West? Was this 14?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it my imagination, or has Jerry only pulled in 3 of them?
He has only pulled in 3 of them.
Pulled some king of the tables, right?
No. He never pulled king of the table.
Oh. Well, we sure are talking about Jerry a lot for a guy that's only pulled there a few times.
That's my whole point. I'm not trying to sit there and throw shade, but I'm like going, damn, Jerry, this is East versus West 14. You haven't pulled king of the table, so let's just go ahead and throw that out the way. You've only pulled in 3 events since East versus West has started. In the last one, which seems like the last Olympics or whatever, that's what I fucking thought it seems like. You lost against Hermes. We ain't heard from you since. I know he had a match coming up, but he wanted to push it back to this one because it was going to be in the States. So cool, and I get that. But I'm like going, damn, dude, for as big as you are, because when Devin's coming down in weight, well, Michael was coming down in weight. We only had 3, and now Chance is coming down in weight.
But Chance is like 280 right now.
I thought he was cutting down.
No, he's like 280 going into this match with Devin.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like significantly, and I'm talking about for the supers class, everybody.
Yeah.
The chat, so I don't know if anybody's even listening, but hear me out. For supers, who do we have? We got Chafee, right? When he gets back, when he gets leveled out as far as injuries or, goes away.
Like you're North American, not North American, or just Americans in general. You have Chafee, Corey West, Derek Smith, who's has not been good there.
That's it.
Well, you have Jerry. That's it, yeah.
Jerry, Corey, Chance, Derek. That's it.
Because you can't really throw Travis in there because Travis just got whitewashed by Kalyanchenko. So that's what I'm saying. Like, where does Jerry go? Like, because he's been talking all this stuff like, oh, I'll beat Levon, this, that, and the other, and then if he comes out and just gets starched, you can't. Then you don't give him Vitaly because if we look at the way Vitaly just did Morozov,
the next person, if it does happen, to pin Levon, and if it's that king of the table, that dude will fucking lose 5-1, but he'll be that one guy and go, I got a pin on him. There's something there. We all thought that, to this day, who got closest to beating, who made Levon sweat? Was it Hermes?
Vitaly did in their top 8 match, whether people want to admit it or not. And that was a much smaller Vitaly Loretin. At that point, that version of Levon had never been challenged like that. And he challenged him that way in the first 2 rounds.
Right, but and that was
center. That was center table too. That wasn't getting on the defensive side and then having to go into a flop rest. Out here, he stopped Levon here, and Levon was struggling.
So now it's like, okay. With that being said, can you recapture that? Can you get back to that point? And when Vitaly came back and he lost that barn burner, one of the best matches I've ever seen against first one against Chafee. And I'm like, wow. And then he come back this time. Okay, guess what? I'm not a full-time truck driver. I'm an actual train now. Went right through Dave. I'm thinking, okay, now he's going up the ladder. So at some point, what do we see? Do we see, and I'm talking about in terms of Levon's next opponent.
It has to either be, it depends on how this match looks, in my opinion.
To my Kurdeka?
Yeah, Kurdecha and Jerry. I think if Kurdacha and Jerry is a war, right? Hypothetically, you give the match to Vitaly because Vitaly just went through Morozov, who's been, so good for so long and so consistent. And he went through him, and Morozov never stood a chance.
Right.
Like, at all. I mean, just based upon – I think it's based upon performances. Like, if Alex does that to Jerry, but then if you put Vitaly and Alex against each other, then you don't have your champion pulling for the rest of the year. Right? So
How long do you think it is till we see Camille versus Jerry?
oh my god! You know what?
Sooner rather than later.
I hope that match. If Camille and Jerry both lose their matches, make it happen.
I think you can make that match anyway. Even if Camille wins, and Jerry loses, you can still make that match.
Yeah.
I want to see Jerry at a King of the Table because that's 6 rounds, right? Just to see how he has in the tank against somebody who has just as much of a power person than him. I'd rather see there.
I think if you put him against somebody I think if you put Jerry against Matyushenko right-handed, it looks very similar to the match that him and Camille had, Matyushenko and Camille.
Right.
And it's a stylistic thing. Everybody thought it was going to be different with Hermes because he's a pure top roll puller, but Hermes made the adjustment, went sideways, which is what I think Alex does.
And what's he up to these days?
Who?
Hermes.
He's waiting on Dennis.
Is that King of the Table?
We don't know. But he said he's not pulling until he gets to pull Saplinkov.
Damn.
It's weird.
There's a lot.
It's weird.
So much.
So, just F everything else, and I'm going to pull,
Well, I mean, he's wanted that match for so long, too. You know what I mean?
He's our Michael Chandler.
Why is Dennis waiting? Because
he had hip surgery.
What's that?
He had his hip replaced.
Oh, see, I don't keep up with that stuff.
Yeah, that's why they didn't have the match. He was having really bad hip issues and had to have a hip replacement or something like that.
Oh, damn.
No.
Well, gents, it's time for me to go.
Oh, stay on for 1 minute after, and I have something just to.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to show you my Scott Hall shirt I got in the mail yesterday.
Kevin Nash is better.
Hey, yo, want me to get it?
It was a joke. I knew it would cause.
It's right there. Hold on.
I don't know why you didn't wear it.
I know, right? Not like he lives somewhere hot.
And his power was out, so the air conditioning was off.
Oh, never mind. It's downstairs. I don't feel like getting it. Oh, well.
Okay. Well, that's very anticlimactic.
Yeah, I know. You got us built up for nothing.
Well, I mean, Ryan has to go. I mean, I can go run downstairs and get it right quick, but
we'll have it for the next one.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
I can't wait. I need a toothpick now.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's been great. See you next week. Oh.